At the beginning of the story, we are shown a battlefield where everyone has been killed. Standing there, our main character says, "All my friends are dead. I watched my father die right in front of my eyes. Now, against the demon's army, I am the only one left." At that moment, the Demon King mocks him and says, "Martial god of the human race, you turned out to be extremely weak. What are you even fighting for now? You have nothing left to protect." Hearing this, the main character cries and replies, "I am Qin Feng, the alchemy god. I lived for thousands of years, yet throughout my entire life, I never even reached the basic level of martial arts. I always relied on my friends, but I won't do that anymore." After saying this, Qin Feng swallows a pill. Once he takes it, he charges forward and starts fighting the monsters. However, after fighting for a short time, he was killed. As he was dying, Qin Feng says, "This is where everything ends. I achieved a lot in my life. I reached the peak of alchemy, but I never cultivated martial arts. If the gods give me another chance, I will become much stronger so that I never lose to a demon again." Suddenly, Qin Feng opens his eyes in shock and asks, "Where am I?" Then memories flood back, how his fiancée betrayed him. Qin Feng recalls shouting, "I won the competition for you. Then why did you still attack me?" His fiancée steps forward and says coldly, "We only had a marriage contract. 3 years ago, I left the Qin family, but since then, I've grown far stronger. Now I'm a disciple of one of the 3 greatest sects. A loser like you is no longer worthy of me." As he thinks about this, Qin Feng begins cultivating and reflects. "In my previous life, my martial cultivation was completely useless. With no other choice, I chose alchemy. Although my alchemy reached the peak, my martial arts remained at a basic level. If my martial strength had been as strong as my alchemy, no monster would have dared attack us, and my clan would never have been destroyed. It seems this jade necklace gave me the chance to go back in time. In this life, to prevent that calamity, I will do everything. Whether it's alchemy or martial arts, I won't spare a single enemy." Just then, Qin Feng's servant Shen Qi arrives and says, "Young master, Lin Lang, the eldest son of the Lin family, has entered our medicine garden." Qin Feng explains that Lin Lang is his fiancée's brother. In his past life, Lin Lang constantly harassed Qin Feng to seize the medicine garden. Qin Feng says calmly, "Fine, take me to him." The scene shifts to the medicine garden. Lin Lang shouts angrily, "Qin Feng, you bastard! My sister has become a disciple of Moon Palace, one of the 3 greatest sects. If you don't return the medicine garden right now, we won't let you go." Qin Feng arrives and replies coldly, "How does a coward who hides behind his sister dare speak so boldly? This medicine garden was given to the Lin family only because of the marriage contract. Now that the contract is broken, the garden belongs to us. How dare you still talk about it?" Lin Lang panics internally, thinking, "Is this really Qin Feng?" Then he says aloud, "You were severely injured in that competition. If my sister had wanted to, she could have killed you, but she spared you because of the marriage contract. And yet, you still refuse to hand over the garden?" Qin Feng replies impatiently, "I don't have time for your nonsense. If you want to talk, speak to the Qin family's law enforcement team." Lin Lang realizes Qin Feng has changed completely and is becoming difficult to deal with. He then says, "Within 1 month, people from the Qin family headquarters will arrive to collect herbs." Qin Feng replies calmly, "Yes, I know. So what?" Lin Lang smirks and proposes a bet. "If your herbs meet this year's target, I'll give you my mine. But if you fail, you give me the medicine garden." Hearing this, Shen Qi thinks, "Only an idiot would bet our medicine garden for that useless mine." But Qin Feng says confidently, "Fine, I agree, but we'll sign a contract." They sign the contract and Lin Lang leaves laughing, saying, "May the heavens save this fool." Shen Qi mutters, "I thought our young master had matured, but I was wrong. He's still just a child." Qin Feng laughs and says, "A child who has lived for thousands of years. These fools have no idea what's about to happen." The scene shifted again. Qin Feng was cultivating when he suddenly coughs up blood. He says, "I've cleared the first level of the Qi and Blood realm. Since I'm using the Divine Transformation art, blood loss isn't an issue." The narrator then explains the 6 realms of warriors. 1. Qi and Blood realm. 2. Body tempering state. 3. Grandmaster realm. 4. Void realm. 5. Virtual God realm. 6. God destroying realm. Each realm is divided into 9 levels. Qin Feng reflects, "In my past life, my fiancé ambushed me, destroying my cultivation. That's why I could never practice martial arts. But thankfully, I possess the Divine Transformation art. With it, I can rebuild my martial foundation. This technique looks ordinary, but anyone who practices it becomes extraordinary in the future. People underestimate it only because they don't understand its true value. I couldn't use it in my past life, but in this life, I will. Just then, a servant rushes in and says, "Master, please come outside. Something big has happened." When Qin Feng comes outside, he sees that all the crops in the medicine garden have been ruined. The servant panics and says, "Master, this is a huge problem. The collection agent will arrive in just 10 days, but somehow all our herbs have been destroyed. Even if we plant again now, there's no way we can recover in time." Qin Feng immediately uses his spiritual power to inspect the area. As he examines the soil, he finds something and says in shock, "How is this possible? Liang grass inside the Tianlu fruit?" Liang grass has the ability to destroy surrounding crops, so Qin Feng realizes what happened. Who planted liang grass among my herbs? This was definitely Lin Lang's doing. That's why he proposed the bet in the first place. He planned everything so he could take back the medicine garden. But that idiot has no idea that he just gave me an incredible gift. 10 days later, the Qin family's medicine collector arrives. Lin Lang comes with him. Lin Lang asks arrogantly, "Where is Qin Feng? Isn't he coming to greet the medicine collector?" Shen Qi was already kneeling in front of the collector and says, "Please wait a moment. Young Master Qin Feng will arrive shortly." Just then, Qin Feng walks in and says, "Why are you making so much noise here?" Seeing him, Lin Lang snaps, "You see the medicine collector is here, yet you don't even bow or greet him? Are you deliberately disrespecting him?" The medicine collector Yulong says coldly, "I'll give you one chance. Apologize." Shen Qi and the others quickly bow and plead, "Medicine collector, please calm down, don't be angry." Shen Qi whispers urgently to Qin Feng, "Young master, please apologize. Last time he got angry, he fined us 3 years' worth of taxes. If he loses his temper again, who knows what he'll do." Instead of apologizing, Qin Feng raises his middle finger and says, "I won't bow." Everyone was stunned. Lin Lang and Shen Qi were shocked, while Yulong becomes furious. Qin Feng continues calmly, "You're just a part-time worker. All you can do is use your authority to fine people. Even if you fine me, what can you really do?" Yulong, enraged, says, "Enough talk. Show me this year's herbs." Qin Feng replies, "We've prepared exactly what we promised." Yulong laughs mockingly, "Things have changed this year. The required herb quota has doubled. That means you must deliver double the amount." Then he draws his sword and says, "If you fail, prepare to die." Shen Qi panics, thinking, "This bastard is clearly extorting us. Not only will we lose the medicine garden, our young master might die too." Lin Lang smirks inwardly, "I knew Yulong would come. That's why I bribed him beforehand. Qin Feng doesn't even know. We made a 50-50 deal over the medicine garden. I also sabotaged his crops. There's no way he recovered. He'll lose both the garden and his life." Qin Feng calmly says, "You want double? Follow me." As they inspect the crops, Lin Lang scoffs, "Did you grow Tianlu fruit here? This is trash tier material." Yulong sneers, "You dare offer garbage like this to the clan? I feel like executing you on the spot." Qin Feng replies coldly, "Trash people only see trash." One looks again. Everyone looks. Flourishing herbs stretch across the garden. All present were stunned. Lin Lang panics, "How is this possible? I planted liang grass here." Yulong was shocked as well. "These herbs are top-tier quality. Not only did you meet the tax requirement, you're delivering herbs 5 times better than expected." Shen Qi realizes, "I haven't seen young master much lately. He managed the entire medicine garden alone, and perfectly." Lin Lang shouts angrily, "How could you grow such high-quality herbs?" Qin Feng explains calmly, "Land grass has a yin nature. If you plant it normally, it destroys crops. But if you grow it in reverse, without sunlight, and use a special formation, it actually accelerates herb growth." Then Qin Feng steps forward and says confidently, "Lin Lang, stop pretending. You've lost. Prepare to hand over your mine." Lin Lang laughs nervously, "What if I refuse? What can you do?" Qin Feng pulls out the signed contract and says, "If you don't hand over the mine, you'll spend the rest of your life in prison. Your family will also face serious criminal charges." Lin Lang freezes, realizing, "I made a massive mistake signing that contract." Desperate, he pleads, "Brother Yulong, help me." Yulong shrugs, "You made the bet. This has nothing to do with me." Left with no choice, Lin Lang hands over the mine. The scene shifted. Qin Feng arrives at the mine and says, "This place is truly magnificent." Shen Qi says respectfully, "Young master, you've become incredibly wise. None of us believed you back then. We thought you'd made a huge mistake. But can you tell me, why did you risk such a valuable medicine garden for a seemingly worthless mine? Is there something special hidden here?" Qin Feng said calmly, "No, there's nothing special here. I only made the bet to teach that family a lesson." When Shenki heard that Qin Feng had placed the bet purely for fun, he was completely shocked. Qin Feng then explained, Shenki is right. Compared to a medicine garden, a mine seems worthless. But in my previous life, I discovered something. This mine only looks ordinary, but the black iron ore inside it is extremely rare. If we use it properly, its value will be equal to that of a medicine garden. Just then, a guard came running in panic and shouted, Master, something terrible has happened. One of our nearby mines has collapsed. 15 to 20 workers are trapped and presumed dead. The scene shifts to the collapsed mine. Outside, the workers' families were sitting on the ground, crying loudly. Seeing this, Shenki says nervously, How is this possible? The moment this mine came under our control, it collapsed. Does this mean the gods are angry with us? The miners' families begin shouting angrily, This is Qin family's fault. Everything was fine when the Lin family owned the mine. As soon as the Qin family took over, the gods punished us. Our family members died because of this bastard. Shenki turns to Qin Feng and says urgently, Master, this place is extremely dangerous. You should leave immediately. But Qin Feng replies firmly, No, I'm not leaving. He thinks to himself, The mine collapsed right after it came into our hands. This can't be a coincidence. Someone is behind this. Using his spiritual senses, Qin Feng scans the mine and realizes, none of the workers inside are dead. They're all unconscious. The inside of the mine is intact. Only the entrance collapsed. This was definitely Lin Lang's doing. He caused an explosion at the entrance, so the mine would collapse. His plan is to have the miners' families kill me, completing his scheme. Qin Feng raises his voice and says loudly, Everyone, listen to me. All the people trapped inside are alive. If we remove the rocks blocking the entrance, we can save them. I won't blame anyone. Please help me rescue your loved ones. The crowd explodes in anger. What nonsense are you talking about? The entire mine collapsed and you're saying people survived? How can you lie about the dead like this? Lin Lang watches from the side, laughing coldly, thinking, Qin Feng is a complete idiot. No matter what he does, he won't survive. The miners' families rush forward, trying to kill Qin Feng. Shenki shouts, Master, please leave. They'll kill you. But Qin Feng orders calmly, Qin family guards, don't stop them. Give everyone weapons. Now it's their choice. Kill me or try to save their people. I swear on my life, they are all alive. If you dig and don't find them alive, you can kill me. My family will not seek revenge. The crowd hesitates, then begins discussing among themselves. Finally, they decide to trust him and start digging. Qin Feng quietly tells Shenki, I need you to do something for me. Shenki wonders why, but obeys. Meanwhile, Lin Lang sneers to himself, dig deeper. Even if you find the bodies, it won't matter. I released poison gas inside the mine. No one can survive that. You talk too boldly, Qin Feng. Once they see the bodies, they'll kill you for sure. Eventually, the miners break through the entrance. Inside, the workers are lying motionless. The families cry out in grief. You lied. They're all dead. Lin Lang steps forward and shouts, This is all Qin Feng's fault. Don't let that bastard live. The crowd turns murderous. Lin Lang watches Qin Feng from a distance, thinking smugly, he must think I did this. But he has no proof. He'll never get any. He's probably already terrified, wondering how he'll escape. Just then, Shenki returns with the item Qin Feng requested. Qin Feng stands calmly in place. Lin Lang thinks in confusion. Why isn't he running? What is he planning? Qin Feng then orders everyone, eat this fruit properly. After chewing it, transfer it mouth to the others. Seeing Qin Feng's people do this, Lin Lang shouts angrily, Look, he's insulting your family members even after their deaths. The crowd becomes furious, shouting, Kill him, he's disrespecting our dead. Qin Feng says calmly, Shenki, don't be afraid, keep doing exactly as I said. Qin Feng himself begins placing the medicine into the workers' mouths by hand. Even Shenki thinks nervously, Master, this looks worse than death. But suddenly, the workers open their eyes and sit up. Everyone freezes in shock. Then a woman stepped forward and cried out, My husband is alive. Master Qin Feng was absolutely right. Qin Feng explained calmly, These people were never dead. The poison they inhaled is called swamp miasma. At present, there is no direct cure for this poison. However, if someone eats Tianlu fruit, they can safely escape its effects. That's why I asked Shenki to bring these fruits so I could feed them to the miners. In this era, I'm probably the only person who fully understands this technique. Qin Feng then approached one of the workers and asked, Tell me honestly, how did you all lose consciousness? Who poisoned you? The worker replied, Yes, I remember now. It was Lin Lang. That bastard first tried to lock us inside the cave. When we refused, he released poison gas and ran away. As soon as we inhaled it, we all passed out. The other workers quickly agreed. Yes, it was him. He poisoned us and left us here to die. Qin Feng turned toward Lin Lang and said coldly, Brother Lin Lang, I never thought you would do something like this. But now the truth is out. He then looked at the furious crowd and continued, A moment ago, you were angry at me, believing I killed your family members. Aren't you angry anymore? This is the real culprit, the man who abandoned your loved ones to die. Lin Lang's face turned pale with fear, and he begged, Please, don't kill me. The workers immediately rushed forward and began beating him. After things calmed down, Qin Feng searched inside the mine. Shen Qi asked curiously, Young master, what are you looking for? Qin Feng thought to himself, I clearly remember that Lin Lang's black iron ore mine was this one. So why can't I find the black iron ore? A worker stepped forward and said sincerely, Thank you so much, young master. You saved all of our lives. All the workers bowed deeply and said, We will never forget your kindness. Qin Feng replied, You're all exhausted. I'll temporarily close the mine for a few days. Rest well until it reopens. He thought quietly, No matter what I did in my previous life, the people of this town never praised me. This is the first time they've bowed to me with genuine gratitude. The workers replied together, We'll do exactly as you say, Master Qin Feng. Qin Feng then asked, Where is that bastard Lin Lang now? A worker answered, We were beating him earlier. He probably escaped afterward. Qin Feng thought, Lin Lang must know where the black iron ore is, but he ran away before telling me. Shen Qi approached and said, Master, everything has settled down. We should head home now. Qin Feng suddenly asked, Do you know about the loan sharks in the nearby town? Shen Qi replied seriously, Yes, they're extremely dangerous. Borrowing money from them is hard, and paying it back is even harder. If you fail to repay them, they'll cripple you. Their interest rates are outrageously high. Only fools borrow from them. But why are you asking, Master? Qin Feng answered calmly, I didn't just think about it, I already borrowed from them. I borrowed 500 gold. Shen Qi shouted in shock, Master, you're joking, right? Qin Feng replied seriously, I'm completely serious. Shen Qi panicked. An ordinary person can barely spend 20 gold a year. You borrowed 500 gold, Qin Feng said. If I hadn't done that, how could I have improved the medicine garden so much? Shen Qi replied anxiously, The medicine garden earns only 100 gold per year. How are we supposed to repay 500 gold? Qin Feng thought to himself, I've done everything for the iron mine. This debt will also be repaid by the iron mine. But the biggest problem is that Lin Lang escaped. Who will tell me where the black iron ore is now? Shen Qi sighed in despair. Everything is over. We'll lose the medicine garden, and we'll die. As they left, a young woman silently watched them from afar. The scene shifted. Qin Feng returns home and sees his father. His father smiles and says, It's been a long time since I last saw you. How's your health, son? Qin Feng replies, You're back, Dad. Shen Qi was about to tell Qin Feng's father everything, but Qin Feng quickly covers his mouth. Qin Feng explains to the audience, My father is a very good man. In my previous life, he worked extremely hard and fought for me until his last breath. This time, I'll take better care of him. He no longer needs to worry about me. His father says, Don't worry about your cultivation. I spent a lot of money and brought you 2 pills to help restore it. Qin Feng replies, Father, my injuries are already healed. You don't need to worry about me anymore. He thinks, My father has been worrying about my injuries for a long time. I can't even imagine how hard he worked to buy those expensive pills. His father asks in confusion, Why has your cultivation dropped so much? You're already at the Qi and Blood first level. Qin Feng smiles, Don't worry, father. Let's go home first. I have a lot to tell you. Back at home, Qin Feng's father says in disbelief, So you've become the disciple of an alchemy master? And you're already an alchemist? That's incredible. Qin Feng replies, My master said I have a unique talent. His father laughs happily. I knew it. My son could never be ordinary. You're a genius. Where does your master live? I'd like to meet him and thank him. Qin Feng says apologetically. Father, please forgive me. My master is a very unusual person. He doesn't like meeting others and very few people even know about him. He wouldn't want to meet you. His father nods. Yes, you're right. High-level experts rarely interact with ordinary people. Qin Feng thinks to himself, I have to lie to my father, but I have no choice. If I told him I came from the future, he'd never believe me. Saying I have an alchemy master is the safest explanation, and it will keep him from worrying. Qin Feng's father then said, I have to leave again, but this time I'm leaving something important for you. If in the future I'm not by your side, and you face a problem you can't solve on your own, you can use this. This is the Qin family battle order. When Qin Feng saw the battle order, he thought, my father is giving me something truly important. This shows how much he values me. As his father prepared to leave, he added, I'll be gone for a long time. I'm entrusting the entire family to you, my son. Take good care of everything. Qin Feng replied firmly, Don't worry, father, I'll take excellent care of it. He thought to himself, my father gave me the Qin family's battle order. This proves how much trust he has in me. I will never betray that trust. I will never let my father lower his head in shame. The next day, Shen Qi said anxiously, Young master, someone has been banging on our door for a long time. Could it be the loan sharks? Qin Feng panicked and said quickly, Shen Qi, listen carefully. Call all the family guards and station them at the gate. As he walked outside, Qin Feng thought, I'm finished. Loan sharks never let anyone go easily. I almost asked my father for money yesterday, but he had already spent so much on expensive pills for me. I couldn't bring myself to ask. All my savings are gone. If I can't pay them back, they might even seize our house. Qin Feng took a deep breath and said, Open the gate. He thought, we should prepare for a fight. This could turn very dangerous. Suddenly, Shen Qi said in surprise, Master, open your eyes and look. The visitor was a young woman. Qin Feng was confused. Is this really a loan shark? She looks so cute. The girl said politely, My name is Hao Chen. Shen Qi asked, Who are you? Hao Chen replied, I came to meet the person who saved my life. Qin Feng was still thinking, she looks really gentle. Shen Qi asked again, Are you a loan shark? She shook her head, No, I work in the mine. I'm not a loan shark. It was then explained that Hao Chen had been working in the mine disguised as a man, hiding her true identity. Qin Feng suddenly realized, I remember her. When we were feeding medicine to the miners, I personally fed medicine to this girl. To be honest, I took advantage of the fact that no one was watching, and I oddly enjoyed it. Qin Feng asked, You came here to find me? He then worried, How is she going to repay me? Is she thinking about marrying me? I don't have any plans to get married yet. Hao Chen said sincerely, You saved my life, so I want to tell you something. I know where the black iron ore mine is. Qin Feng was shocked. How do you know about the black iron ore mine? Weren't you unconscious at that time? And how did you know I was looking for it? She explained, I didn't pass out immediately. I had a detoxification pill, which allowed me to stay conscious for a short while. That's when I heard Lin Lang talking about the black iron ore mine. Qin Feng grabbed her hand and said excitedly, Forget the mine for a moment. You said you took a pill you made yourself? That means you learned alchemy on your own. Hao Chen nodded. Yes, I learned a little alchemy by reading books. Qin Feng thought, she learned alchemy just from books. If I teach her properly, she could become a high-level alchemist. He asked her, Do you want to become an alchemist? Hao Chen hesitated and said, I'm very poor. I need to support my parents. If I stop working, who will take care of them? Qin Feng said confidently, Don't worry about your parents. I'll take care of them. And let me tell you, I'm a very good alchemist. I can teach you many things. All I need to know is whether you're willing to follow me. As he spoke, Qin Feng thought, In my previous life, being the god of alchemy meant refining pills all day. That was one of the main reasons I couldn't practice martial arts. This time, I'll train her properly and make her an excellent alchemist so she can handle pill refinement for me in the future. Meanwhile, Hao Chen thought, he said I can entrust my parents to him and he'll teach me step by step. Did he just ask me to marry him? She finally said, All right, I promise I'll never betray you. Qin Feng smiled, You made the right decision. Now you must study seriously and become a great alchemist. As they walked together, Hao Chen thought, I found such a wonderful husband. Qin Feng thought, I found a very capable employee. Both moved forward with their misunderstandings intact. A few days later, the scene shifted. Qin Feng arrives in Fangmin City with his people. Shen Qi says, Young master, we came to Fangmin City to sell the black iron ore. But, how much iron ore are we planning to sell? Qin Feng said, We're not going to sell too much here. We just need enough money to fully repay the loan sharks. We need to sell 1,000 pieces. Shen Qi replied, That's a huge amount. From what we saw, Lin Lang had hidden a lot of black iron. If we find a really good merchant, we might be able to sell it. Qin Feng said firmly, I need to sell it for 10,000 gold. Because of searching for the black iron, we were delayed in paying the loan sharks. Due to interest, we now owe 10,000 gold. Hearing this, Shen Qi and all the guards were completely shocked. They said, 10,000 gold. How can we possibly pay such a huge amount? Even selling everything we have, this will be extremely difficult. Qin Feng replied calmly, Don't worry, I'm here. I'll handle everything. He thought to himself, how Chen and I worked extremely hard to refine this black iron perfectly. I'm very confident once someone sees it, they'll definitely want to buy it. It's a masterpiece. But when they came to the shops, the shopkeepers said mockingly, 10,000 gold for this black iron? I wouldn't even give you 500 gold. How can you even imagine asking for such a price? Qin Feng was completely stunned. They then entered the largest shop in Fangmin City, but the shopkeeper said dismissively, your black iron is garbage. I don't like it at all. Take it away. You're calling this a black crystal? It looks like an ordinary black stone. How am I supposed to believe it's a crystal? Do you think I'm an idiot who can't tell? You're trying to fool me? Qin Feng snapped. You're the real idiot if you can't recognize black iron ore. The shopkeeper grew angry and said, if this really were black crystal, I'd kneel down and apologize to you and buy it. Qin Feng replied coldly, you don't have the knowledge. You're just talking nonsense. At that moment, shopkeeper Gao, the main owner, arrived and asked, why are you people arguing here? The first shopkeeper said, these people are trying to sell me a stone and insisting it's black crystal. It's obviously fake. Shopkeeper Gao immediately kicked Qin Feng and Shen Qi out and shouted, I hate fake goods. How dare you come here? Don't ever show your faces here again. Outside, Qin Feng was furious. How dare those bastards call my black iron fake? I could kill them. Shen Qi stopped him quickly and said, young master, stop. Shopkeeper Gao is very powerful and has a strong background. We can't afford to offend him. Qin Feng calmed down and said, you're right. His background is stronger than our family's. For now, we can't clash with him. Shen Qi thought with relief. Finally, the young master has calmed down. Qin Feng sighed. That was the only shop where I could easily sell my items. It looks like I'll have to travel very far to sell them. There's no nearby city that will buy this. Inside the shop, shopkeeper Gao said to his staff, if you meet people like that again, don't waste time talking. Just throw them out. The other shopkeeper nodded obediently. Then, shopkeeper Gao looked at the black iron left behind and asked, why is this coal still here? The first shopkeeper replied, this is the black iron ore those liars brought. Shopkeeper Gao said, let's check whether it's real or not. The first shopkeeper laughed. It's definitely fake. Real black iron is much clearer. He wanted to sell this trash for 10,000 gold. I did the right thing kicking him out. But as shopkeeper Gao touched the stone, it suddenly began to glow. The first shopkeeper said nervously, see, I told you it's fake. Stones don't glow. Shopkeeper Gao punched him hard and shouted, you absolute idiot. The shopkeeper cried, master, what are you doing? Shopkeeper Gao roared, you've made a huge mistake. I've offended someone extremely important. I just hope he's not too angry and that he'll still sell us his goods. The scene shifts. Qin Feng and his people were walking away. Shen Qi said regretfully, master, this is our fault. We priced the black iron too high. If we keep setting prices like that, no one will buy from us. The guards agreed. Yes, Shen Qi is right. The price was far too high. Qin Feng nodded. You're right. I refined it too well. That's why they couldn't recognize it. Just then, shopkeeper Gao came running after them, shouting, great master, please wait. I'm here to buy all of your black iron. Qin Feng asked calmly, you want to buy all of it? Shopkeeper Gao replied eagerly, yes, every single piece. I even brought the money with me. Shen Qi and the guards were overjoyed. All of our goods will be sold. But Qin Feng said coldly, I'm sorry, I won't sell it to you. Everyone was shocked. Shopkeeper Gao asked anxiously, why won't you sell it? Qin Feng replied, I wanted to sell it, but your people humiliated my men. They were extremely stubborn. Even if I wanted to sell now, my people wouldn't agree. So please forgive me. I can't sell it to you. Shen Qi and the guards thought bitterly. The young master isn't selling, and he's putting all the blame on us. If only he had let us handle the sale, we'd have closed the deal instantly. Shopkeeper Gao grabbed the first shopkeeper by the ear and shouted, this is all your fault. If you hadn't offended the master, he would have definitely sold us his goods. That man shouted, I did nothing wrong. He was selling fake items, so I insulted him. I will not apologize. Shopkeeper Gao replied angrily, you called it fake? You are truly blind. He then explained calmly, ordinary black iron ore is very clear and shines like crystal. But ore like this contains many impurities, which is why it shines so brightly. Because of that, people usually think black iron ore should look crystal clear. When the master brought this black iron ore to us, it was extremely dark. A true crystal doesn't reveal its nature so easily. But when you inject spiritual energy into it, its true power appears. Judging by its glow, I can confidently say this is the best iron ore in the entire world. It's extremely rare. Few people will ever possess iron ore of this quality. Everyone was completely shocked. Shopkeeper Gao thought to himself, the refinement technique used on this ore, a hidden grandmaster must be behind it. Qin Feng thought calmly, of course they're shocked. The technique I used won't appear again for another 100 years. Qin Feng then said, Shopkeeper Gao, you don't need to apologize to me. Just tell the man beside you to kneel down and apologize. That will be enough. If you can't do that, I'll leave immediately. Shopkeeper Gao punched the man next to him and shouted, I told you to kneel. Why aren't you kneeling? The man panicked and said, please forgive me. I was wrong. Shopkeeper Gao said, now that he's been punished, how about this as compensation? We'll buy all your items for 30,000 gold. Qin Feng replied calmly, fine, I'll take a small loss and sell everything to you. Shopkeeper Gao said respectfully, thank you for your generosity. Meanwhile, Shen Qi and the others were completely confused. 30,000 gold? And the master says he's taking a loss? What is even happening right now? They had come only to repay their loan, yet somehow ended up earning a huge amount of money. Qin Feng looked at the money and said, this is more than enough. We can easily repay all our debts. All right, everyone, let's go shopping. He thought to himself, to advance further in martial arts, I'll need many resources and a lot of money. Scene shifted. Lin Lang was kneeling at someone's feet, crying, Godfather Yu, your child has been bullied terribly. That bastard Qin Feng framed me and had the villagers beat me. I barely escaped with my life. If I hadn't run, they would have killed me. Godfather Yu asked coldly, so Qin Feng falsely accused you and had the villagers attack you? Lin Lang nodded, yes, Godfather, and I've heard Qin Feng is currently in Fangmin City. Why don't we take action against him now? Godfather Yu said coldly, I understand what needs to be done. How dare that bastard frame you? I won't sit still. Don't worry, Qin Feng will not see tomorrow's sun. Lin Lang said gratefully, thank you, Godfather. The blood Lin Lang had applied was fake. He thought viciously, Qin Feng, this time you won't escape. Scene shifted. Qin Feng was sitting and cultivating. After opening his eyes, he says, this is excellent. Thanks to the pills Father gave me, I've reached level 5 of the Qi and Blood realm. I'm getting stronger. The stronger I become, the more I can change. Suddenly, Qin Feng sensed something. Using his sixth sense, he realized 2 assassins were outside his house. He smiled and said, so I have guests tonight. How could I let my guests leave so easily? I just leveled up. This is the perfect chance to test my cultivation. Outside, the assassins whispered, he's just standing there. Let's kill him quickly. Qin Feng opened the gate and asked calmly, what do you want from me? The assassins were shocked. How did you know we were here? Qin Feng replied, I knew the moment you arrived. He smiled coldly and said, forgive me, but I'm gonna beat you very badly. I don't have anyone to practice with. One assassin sneered, you're only at level 5 and you want to practice with us? You're strange. Most people run when they see us. Qin Feng laughed. Stop talking and fight. I'm actually excited. This is my first real fight. He thought, in my past life, I barely fought because I was busy refining pills. Let's see how much my training has improved me. One assassin said proudly, I'm at level 8 of the Qi and Blood realm. I've killed over 100 people. Killing someone like you will be easy. Qin Feng nodded, so he's quite powerful. He clenched his fist and delivered a devastating punch straight to the assassin's face. With just one punch, the assassin was completely defeated. The second assassin panicked. Qin Feng said calmly, looks like he's dead. The surviving assassin thought in terror, how is this possible? He killed my brother with one punch. Qin Feng smiled. This fight ended too quickly. Now it's your turn. The assassin trembled. He'll kill me. I need to escape. He shouted, how dare you kill my brother? I won't forgive you. Qin Feng asked, are you going to fight me for revenge? The assassin ran away while shouting, this isn't over. I'll take revenge within 10 years. Qin Feng watched him leave and thought, my transformation art is working extremely well. Otherwise, I could never have defeated a level 8 cultivator so easily. He then wondered, should I follow him? Who was the person who sent him here to kill me? Scene shifts to the city lord's mansion of Fangmin City. Qin Feng thinks to himself, that assassin came here and then vanished. It seems the mastermind behind all this lives here, or at least nearby. Suddenly someone appears behind Qin Feng. It was the assassin, who says, they were not merciful at all. They killed him. Qin Feng realizes, his master must have killed him. It seems his master didn't want the truth to come out. At that moment, many people arrive holding torches, shouting, hurry, catch the thief. Don't let him escape. Qin Feng thinks, it looks like I've fallen into a trap. He was surrounded by many people. Qin Feng realizes that all of them are level 8 experts. There's no way I can escape from this. Then Lin Lang steps forward and sneers. Did you forget, Qin Feng? You had me beaten badly in the mine. And now, inside Fangmin City, you've fallen straight into my trap. This time, you won't escape. Qin Feng replies coldly. So it was you who sent people to kill me. He thinks to himself, I knew Lin Lang was capable of this. I don't have many enemies, he's the obvious one. Lin Lang pretends innocence. I have no idea what you're talking about. All we know is that you killed someone inside the city lord's mansion, and we caught you red-handed. Qin Feng realizes, this is the city lord's mansion. Fangmin City's lord is supported by the Qin family, and Lin Lang dared to frame a Qin family member here. He won't escape punishment. Qin Feng says aloud, you're using the city lord's authority against me. Do you even know who the city lord really is? At that moment, the city lord steps out and says, Mr. Qin, are you talking about me? He turns to Lin Lang and says sternly, didn't I tell you? If you're arranging an assassination, do it properly. You've ruined everything. Lin Lang bows respectfully. Yes, Godfather. Please forgive me. This was my mistake. Qin Feng was shocked. Godfather? But aren't you connected to the Qin family? The city lord laughs and says, I'm not loyal to your family. Yes, your Qin family supported me greatly, but that doesn't matter anymore. He orders his guards, arrest Qin Feng. Then the city lord continues coldly. You know Lin Lang's sister, Lin Xuan, right? She's your former fiancée. She has joined one of the top 3 sects, the Immortal Moon Palace sect. Not only that, she has become the 3rd prince's concubine. With this backing, I can confidently say that your Qin family will soon be removed from the top 5 families. The Lin family will take your place. Who cares about a declining family like yours? With a young master like you, your family will sink even further. Lin Lang steps forward and asks, Godfather, what are you going to do with Qin Feng? The city lord smiles. Don't worry, I'll create a perfect excuse. The Qin family won't be able to interfere, and I'll kill this bastard easily. Scene shifts to the prison beneath the city lord's mansion. Qin Feng sits inside, thinking, I made a huge mistake. I never expected the city lord to be so treacherous and to side with the Lin family. Suddenly, a hole opens in the wall, and Shenqi crawls inside. Qin Feng was shocked. How did you get in here? Shenqi replies anxiously. Young master, how could you fall into such an obvious trap? Qin Feng asks calmly. What exactly happened? Shenqi explains. The city lord's people say you killed 2 royal guards because of Lin Xuan, your former fiancée. That's why they plan to execute you tomorrow morning. Qin Feng smiles coldly. So they want to kill me. He thinks, I thought I'd be imprisoned or punished, but this city lord is far worse than I expected. He wants to kill me just to gain favor with the Lin family. He even dragged the royal family into this. The royal family is the strongest of all. Even if they kill me, the Qin family won't be able to say anything. They'll only be left with anger. Shenqi urgently says, Master, let's escape now. The guards just changed shifts. There's no one here. I worked very hard to dig this tunnel. This is our only chance. Qin Feng shakes his head. I didn't kill any royal guards. I did nothing wrong. So why should I run? Shenqi pleads. Master, this isn't the time for logic. No one will listen to you or believe you. Qin Feng replies firmly, I am a member of the Qin family. I will not flee in disgrace. I will walk out of here properly. Then Qin Feng kicks Shenqi lightly and says, You leave first. If they find you here, you'll be caught too. Shenqi hesitates. Please don't do this. But guards suddenly arrive, saying everything is fine here. Shenqi escapes just in time. After they leave, Qin Feng thinks, it looks like I have no choice but to use it. Lin Lang, you called the city lord your father, didn't you? Let's see whose father is stronger, yours or mine. You forced me to do this. Qin Feng fires a signal flare, sending a bright symbol into the sky. The signal was seen by the Qin family, and their people immediately rushed toward the mansion. Qin Feng thought to himself, now those bastards won't escape. A short while later, all the Qin family members arrived and said respectfully, Lord, you called for us. What do you need from us? Qin Feng replied coldly, some people here have dared to offend your lord. In a moment, you will fight and eliminate all of them. Not a single enemy is to be left alive. Scene shifts to the next morning. Shenqi and the other guards were heading toward the execution ground, where Qin Feng was supposed to be executed. Shenqi said firmly, don't be sad. Our young master will definitely survive. He's a true genius. There's no way he can die so easily. The other guards nodded in agreement. As they reached the ground, they saw a huge crowd gathered there. People were saying, the body has already been hanged. The execution was carried out very quickly. Seeing a body hanging there, Shenqi and the guards broke down in tears. Shenqi cried, how is this possible? Those bastards actually killed our young master. Young master, please forgive us. We failed to protect you. Suddenly, Qin Feng walked out from the side and said casually, Shen Qi, why are you shouting so loudly? Did you bring my breakfast? Shen Qi and the guards froze in shock. Then they rushed forward and hugged Qin Feng. Young master, you're alive. We're so happy to see you. Qin Feng pushed them away and said quietly, Get away, everyone is watching. He continued calmly, Lin Lang claimed the city lord was his godfather, but his father was nowhere near as capable as mine. That's why Lin Lang lost his godfather, and the man hanging there is now the former city lord. Shen Qi asked in disbelief, Young master, how did you kill him? Did you do all this by yourself? Qin Feng replied, Are you stupid? Of course not. I used this. Shen Qi's eyes widened. That's the Qin family's war order, isn't it? Qin Feng nodded. You're right. I used the war order. It's the Qin family's most precious treasure. With it, we can mobilize the family's military power at any time. Using it, you can summon help from anywhere within 100 kilometers. Those who respond will help without asking a single question. Hearing this, Shen Qi asked, So what orders did you give? Qin Feng replied calmly, Isn't it obvious? I ordered that everyone standing with Lin Lang be killed. That's why the city lord is dead. But it's a pity the war order can only be used once. My father worked for the Qin family for many years and only ever received one. I wish I had more, Shen Qi said sincerely. Young master, you did an outstanding job. Then he asked, But where is that bastard Lin Lang? Did he escape again? Qin Feng smiled coldly. He can't escape. Come, I'll show you where he is. Scene shifted. Qin Feng leads his people to Lin Lang. Lin Lang was in miserable condition. People were throwing trash at him, shouting, You're a despicable person. You tried to frame a good man. Lin Lang cries, I admit it, I made a huge mistake. Qin Feng didn't kill anyone. I did. Everything that happened was my doing. Shen Qi looks at the hole nearby and says, This is the same tunnel I dug. Why is there a dog inside it now? Young master, this guy is a disease. He keeps causing us trouble. Why don't we just kill him? Qin Feng shakes his head. No, we can't kill him. His sister has become very powerful. If we kill him openly, it could start a war between families. Don't worry, I've already scared him badly. After killing the city lord, I'm still standing here unharmed. That alone proves how strong the Qin family is. No family can touch us without proof. Shen Qi clenches his fists. I'm so angry. If we can't kill him, can we at least beat him? Qin Feng looks at everyone and says, Fine, you can beat him. The guards immediately rush forward and beat Lin Lang mercilessly. Later, as everyone leaves, Lin Lang lies on the ground, badly injured, shouting, You beat me so brutally. I won't let this go. Scene shifted. At night, several people approach Lin Lang. He panics and says, Are you from the Qin family? Please don't kill me. Let me go. But one man attacks him and quickly frees him from his restraints. Master, are you all right? Another man steps forward. My name is Yun Qi. Don't worry, Mr. Lin Lang. We're all your people. Your sister is marrying His Highness, the Third Prince. On the Third Prince's orders, our family has come to take you back. Lin Lang sighs in relief. I finally survived. That Qin Feng trapped me horribly. Thank you so much for coming. Then Lin Lang says fiercely, Yun Qi, help me destroy the Qin family. If that doesn't happen, I won't return to the capital. Yun Qi replies carefully, His Highness ordered me to take you back safely. But I was not ordered to kill anyone. I can't act without orders. Lin Lang sneers, If you help me, I'll ask my sister to recommend you before the emperor, and I'll give you half of my black iron ore. Its value is enormous. Yun Qi smiles slightly. If that's the case, how could I possibly refuse? Your request will be honored. Yun Qi said coldly, Go, both of you go, and bring back Qin Feng's head. We see that both men were at the third level of the body tempering realm. Watching them leave, Lin Lang thinks confidently, These two are body tempering experts. They'll easily kill Qin Feng. Let's see if Qin Feng survives this time. The scene shifts to the Qin family residence. Qin Feng was tied up and Hao Chen was sleeping beside him. Qin Feng thinks, everything happening here started just a few hours ago. A few hours earlier, Shen Qi says anxiously, Master, you're planning to go into the mystic forest. Hao Chen panics and says, You'll die if you go there, Master. Qin Feng asks calmly, What do you mean? Just because I'm going into the mystic forest, I'll die? I'm an alchemist. I have to go collect medicinal herbs. Otherwise, what will I refine pills with? Shen Qi replies urgently, Master, you don't understand how dangerous the mystic forest is. Anyone who goes in never comes back. The entire forest is filled with poisonous mist, savage beasts, and deadly insects. Our medicine garden used to be part of the mystic forest. To secure even a small portion of it, our family lost many warriors. That's why we absolutely cannot let you go there. Qin Feng sighs and thinks, that's why I'm in this situation right now. They tied me up to stop me. But strangely enough, I don't feel bad at all. Being close to Hao Chen actually feels nice. Suddenly, Qin Feng hears strange noises outside. He frowns. The medicine garden sounds strange. Using his sixth sense, he looks outside and sees two body tempering experts slaughtering his guards. One of them says, "We don't want to kill useless people. We're here to kill Qin Feng." Qin Feng thinks in shock. Two body tempering realm experts. Why are they here? He snaps the ropes binding his hands and thinks, what do I do now? No key and blood cultivator can defeat a body tempering expert. The strongest person in our garden is only at the 9th level. How can we fight them? Just then, Qin Feng steps outside to relieve himself. Seeing this, the two masters sneer. Finally, that bastard Qin Feng has come out. One of them lunges forward and attacks. Qin Feng was struck and his head sent flying to the side, crashing to the ground. The masters laugh. Killing him was too easy. We just need to take his head and head back. But at that moment, they realize something is wrong. The body on the ground isn't Qin Feng at all. It's a dummy. Enraged, they shout, "Damn it! That bastard Qin Feng has escaped!" Qin Feng's voice comes from behind them. Two body tempering experts fooled by a kid. At your level, you still think you can kill me? You'll never succeed. Qin Feng mounts his horse and rides away. One expert snarls, he knew we were coming. That's why he prepared everything in advance. Qin Feng thinks while riding, I had to leave to protect the others. Otherwise, those bastards would have injured more people. The experts mock him. That idiot should have stayed and called for help instead of running. They chase after him. As Qin Feng rides, he throws pills at their faces. He thinks confidently, their cultivation is higher than mine, but I'm a 1,000-year-old alchemist. Catching me won't be easy. The experts shout in pain, my eyes are burning. Qin Feng smirks, these idiots got hit by such a small trick. I might actually have a chance to defeat them. He activates his sixth sense, thinking, with sixth sense I can see night like day. My perception is greatly enhanced. Escaping fools like them is easy. But suddenly, they attack again. Dodging desperately, Qin Feng realizes something is wrong. He sees they've killed his horse. One expert says, we killed him. The other corrects him, no, we killed his horse. Qin Feng observes carefully and realizes they're blind, but they're hunter-type killers. They track prey like monsters using smell. That's why they weren't fooled by the dummy. One expert shouts, I can smell him. They resume the chase. Qin Feng thinks quickly, they're tracking me by scent. To escape, I need to tear my clothes and scatter the scent. He does exactly that. One hunter laughs, so you figured it out. We're tracking you by smell, but you have no idea where you're running. Ahead of you is only death. Qin Feng suddenly stops. It's a cliff, and beyond it lies the mystic forest. He clenches his fists. What should I do? Behind me are hunters. Ahead is the forest. The hunters advance slowly, mocking him. Won't you go forward? Don't you have the courage to enter the mystic forest? If you go in, you'll die from the poisonous mist. It's better to die by our hands. We'll kill you quickly and painlessly. If you don't obey, we'll throw you into the forest. And that death will be far more miserable. Qin Feng suddenly crushed a Tianlu fruit in his hand and said calmly, who's afraid of death? With that, he leaped straight into the mystic forest. As he fell, Qin Feng shouted, I would never die at the hands of dogs like you. I'd rather be killed by monsters. The two experts stared in shock. He really jumped. Looks like he's in love with death. He jumped straight into the mystic forest. One of them sneered. Does he think he's some kind of chosen one who can survive after entering the mystic forest? Even falling from such a height would kill most people. Add the poisonous mist and countless dangerous beasts. There's no way he'll come back alive. Looks like it's time to collect our reward. The two experts laughed. He must be screaming in pain right now, regretting why he jumped. But whatever, we'll still get paid. Inside the mystic forest, Qin Feng smiled and said to himself, I really regret not coming here earlier. I should have come much sooner. This place is a treasure mountain for alchemists. There are medicinal herbs everywhere. I'm so happy I feel like shouting. Those two idiots must think I'm dead. They have no idea I used the Tianlu fruit, which neutralized all the poison here. That's why I can move around freely. At least for now, my life is safe. But the effect of the Tianlu fruit won't last long. If the poison spreads through my body, I'll be in trouble. For now, I need to refine a poison prevention pill and an animal repelling pill. He gathered the herbs around him and nodded. The quality of these herbs is excellent. 2 hours later, Qin Feng finished refining the pills. Because of the animal repelling pill, a blood raccoon appeared nearby. Qin Feng said excitedly, "Blood raccoons are extremely difficult to catch, but thanks to my pill, it came here and passed out. This proves my pill's quality is exceptional." Looking at the blood raccoon and nearby trees, Qin Feng suddenly got an idea. "I was wondering how I'd deal with those two experts. Looks like I finally found a way." The next morning, the two experts enter the forest. "That kid must have fallen somewhere around here. Why can't we find him?" Suddenly, they spot Qin Feng lying nearby. One expert says, "Looks like he suffered a lot and died from the poisonous mist. Let's cut off his head and take it back. Our mission will be complete." As they move to do so, Qin Feng suddenly throws several pills at them. However, since both are body-tempering experts, they block the attack easily. "He's not dead," the other expert says cautiously. "He might not be dead, but his body must be full of poison." Qin Feng sighs, "I miscalculated. I thought I could kill you, even if I am at Qi and Blood Realm, but I couldn't even touch you. You're professional hunters, right? You must know a lot about poison. Let me ask you something. What happens if blood raccoon blood mixes with miasma tree mist?" The hunters exchange looks. Very few people know this. If those two combine, it creates an extremely deadly poison. Blood raccoons are very hard to catch, but if someone obtains their blood, they can knock anyone unconscious in 10 seconds, even a body-tempering expert. Qin Feng smiles. "Good. Start counting. 10 seconds will pass very quickly." A thick mist suddenly spreads around them. The hunters panic. "How is this possible?" One expert shouts, "That bastard tricked us. We didn't even realize we were breathing poison." Qin Feng explains calmly, "I previously obtained some blood raccoon blood. There's also a miasma tree nearby. When you arrived, I pretended to attack you, but in reality, I attacked the tree to release the mist. And now you've fallen into my trap." The two experts rage. "We won't let this bastard live." They rush toward Qin Feng. Qin Feng shakes his head. "You're too late. It doesn't matter anymore." Blood begins leaking from their bodies. Moments later, both collapse unconscious. Qin Feng says calmly, "A normal person wouldn't be affected much by this poison, but your greatest strength is your sense of smell. That's why you were knocked out so quickly." Qin Feng notices several blood raccoons nearby. As he walks away, he says with a smile, "My friends, you helped me a lot. If you hadn't given me your blood, I would have died here. Today's breakfast is on me." The blood raccoons then begin eating the unconscious hunters. The scene shifts to the medicine garden. Yunqi and Lin Lang arrive with their men. Seeing them, Shenqi angrily says, "What do you mean by saying our young master is dead? How is that even possible? You're just talking nonsense." Yunqi tosses something forward and says, "Look at this." Shenqi gasps, "Yes, this belongs to the young master's horse. He used to travel everywhere on it." Yunqi continues, "Your young master's blood is scattered throughout the forest. From the signs, it looks like he entered the mystic forest." Lin Lang adds coldly, "If someone enters the mystic forest, they won't survive. It's an extremely dangerous place." Shenqi and the others stand frozen in shock, thinking, the young master did say he planned to enter the mystic forest. But did he really go in? Will he never return? Lin Lang sighs dramatically. Qin Feng was a good person, but he died because of his foolish decision. And according to the rules, since your leader is dead, both the medicine garden and the black iron mine now belong to me. They were originally mine anyway. Royal guards, throw these people out. This property is ours now. Shenqi panics internally. These are royal guards. Without the young master, how can we stop them? Suddenly a calm voice speaks from behind. "You don't need to worry about my family. I'm here." Qin Feng walks forward confidently. Yunqi and Lin Lang freeze in shock. "What? Qin Feng isn't dead?" Lin Lang stammers, "Didn't you enter the mystic forest? How are you still alive?" Qin Feng replies indifferently, "I went into the mystic forest. So what? What business is it of yours whether I lived or died or what I did there?" Inside, Qin Feng thinks, "So it really was these two who planned my assassination." Yunqi steps forward and says, "I'm here to discuss the black iron mine. You should know which family I belong to, so I expect respectful behavior." Shenqi thinks nervously. He's from the royal family, the strongest family of all. How will the young master deal with him? Qin Feng steps forward and says coldly, "I don't care which family you belong to. But let me be clear, my temper is terrible. If you anger me, I'll kill you, even if you're from the Qin family itself. Do you remember the city lord from a few days ago? He originally belonged to the Qin family, but he betrayed us just to please the royal forces. That's why I had him killed. Do you know what I used to do it? The Qin family's war order. I used it just last night." The people you sent are probably already torn into pieces. You won't even find their bodies. And now, I don't need to worry anymore. If anyone dares threaten me, I'll just use it again. Oh, forgive me, Mr. Yunshi. You were saying you represent someone, right? I didn't even let you finish. Yunshi's expression darkens as he thinks. The Qin family's war order is terrifying. I can't confront him right now. If he uses it again, I'll definitely die. He immediately changes his tone and laughs nervously. We only came to check whether the young master was safe. Now that we've seen you're fine, we'll take our leave. Qin Feng waves dismissively. The medicine garden is quite dirty right now, so I won't invite you in. Yunshi and Lin Lang quickly respond. No problem at all. We were in a hurry anyway. Goodbye, young master. They immediately turn and flee. Shenqi asked, Master, you already used the war order earlier. Then where did this new one come from? Qin Feng replied calmly, This is just an empty war order. I already used the real one before. This was only meant to scare those idiots. Then Hua Chen stepped forward and said anxiously, Master, where were you? We were really worried about you. Qin Feng replied, I went to the Mystic Forest. I brought back a lot of medicines, and I even bought a new horse to carry all the herbs. Soon, the horse arrived, but it was in terrible condition. When they opened the bag, everyone was shocked by the high-quality medicines inside. Qin Feng said, I haven't slept all night, so I'm going to rest now. Shenqi watched him and thought, the master has changed a lot. Our young master was never like this before. The narrator then explains that after the incident, Lin Lang went to the capital because his sister was getting married. Meanwhile, Yunqi stayed in Qin Feng's town to keep an eye on him. On the way to the capital, Lin Lang said angrily, I'm exhausted. Even after fighting so many times, I still lost to Qin Feng. At the same time, Qin Feng was thinking, Yunqi still hasn't left the town. It seems they're still planning something against me. I can't just sit here and wait for death. I need to grow stronger. Qin Feng then called Shenqi and said, Today is the 3rd autumn. From today onward, double the salaries of all the guards. Shenqi was shocked and asked, Double their salaries? What does that mean? Qin Feng replied, I'm forming a team that will go with me to clear the Mystic Forest. Shenqi exclaimed, Master, what are you saying? Are you talking about going into the forbidden area of the Mystic Forest? Qin Feng answered calmly, Don't worry about that. First, gather everyone here. Qin Feng thought to himself, Many people have tried to explore the Mystic Forest, but none have returned alive. Before entering, I must form a team and train them properly so I can return safely without losses. Soon, all the soldiers gathered. They said, Master, are you joking? Who would ever want to enter the Mystic Forest? Qin Feng replied firmly, I'm not joking. I'm forming a team that will enter the Mystic Forest. But before that, you must pass a selection process. Anyone who passes will have their salary tripled. The soldiers asked, Who will train us? Commander Shenqi? Qin Feng replied, Teamwork is crucial. That's why I will personally train all of you. Hearing this, the soldiers whispered among themselves, Is the master serious? Has he gone mad this early in the morning? Qin Feng shouted, Hey, where are you all going? Meanwhile, Shenqi thought, The young master is foolish. His cultivation is already ruined. He's the weakest person in the entire medicine garden. Why would any soldier believe in him? Qin Feng laughed and said, It's fine if they don't believe me. Come on, Shenqi, we're going to buy weapons. As Shenqi followed him, he thought, the young master survived once, and now he thinks he's a genius who can survive the Mystic Forest again. The scene then shifts to Yunqi, who was furious. What did you say? That war order Qin Feng showed was fake? The informant replied, Yes, master, it was fake. Qin Feng only had one real war order, which he already used in Fanmin City. The one he showed you was empty. Yunqi angrily threw a bowl on the ground and shouted, How dare that bastard try to fool me? The bowl landed near Yulong's feet. Yulong said angrily, How dare you provoke me? I've been talking all this time, and you haven't even looked at me. I'll destroy you right here. Yulong threw a punch, but Yunqi casually blocked it with one hand. Yunqi asked, Do you belong to the Qin family? Do you know Qin Feng? Yulong replied angrily, Don't talk to me about that bastard. I hate him. Yunqi laughed and said, That's great. Seems like you hate Qin Feng just as much as I do. Please, sit down. I want to discuss something with you. Yulong said, I hate Qin Feng. He provoked me, and I want to kill him too. They both sat down and began talking. Yunqi said, So Qin Feng is an alchemist with incredible luck. Yunqi thought, Now I understand how he survived the Mystic Forest and poisoned those two experts so easily. Yulong said, Do you know what an alchemist needs the most? Medicines. And Qin Feng gets all his medicines from the medicine garden. We must destroy his medicine garden at any cost. Yunchi replied, I belong to the royal family. If I take action directly, it could cause serious trouble, maybe even a war between the royal family and the Qin family. Yulong said, we don't need to do it ourselves. Have you heard of the boiling blood pill? Yunchi replied, the pill that attracts beasts? Yulong nodded, yes. Iron Bull beasts are currently migrating near the village. If even one is attracted here, it could easily destroy the medicine garden. I only need money to buy the pill. Can you provide it? Yunchi replied coldly, if it's about killing Qin Feng, I'll spend any amount of money. The scene shifts to Qin Feng, who is refining body tempering pills. He says, using a single Tianlu fruit, I can refine 24 pills, which are extremely useful at the body tempering level. Normal alchemists struggle to refine these, but as an alchemy god, medicine means nothing to me. I can refine pills even with my eyes closed. Qin Feng then uses another Tianlu fruit and successfully refines 24 pills. Qin Feng says, it's been many years since I last refined such low-level pills. Let's eat one and check its quality. As soon as Qin Feng eats the pill, he says, the quality is extremely good. If body tempering pills of this level appear on the market, it will cause huge problems. If I want to sell these pills in the future, I'll have to deliberately lower their quality. Suddenly, Qin Feng's body breaks through to the next level. He says, the effect is amazing. Just by eating one pill, I've already leveled up. If I take another pill, my body could improve even more. But leveling up too quickly might put excessive pressure on my body. After thinking for a moment, Qin Feng eats another pill and says, I can afford to take a small risk. Outside, Hua Chen was standing guard. She thinks, Master is cultivating inside. Brother Shen Qi told me that Master was once at the peak of Qi and Blood Realm, but after fighting with his fiancée, his strength dropped drastically. It looks like Master is trying to regain his lost power. I should stand guard here, so no one disturbs him. Meanwhile, the nearby mountain has been completely destroyed, and the smell of blood-boiling pills spreads everywhere. A guard in the medicine garden shouts, everyone be careful, a very powerful beast is coming. Hua Chen says nervously, a beast is heading this way? But the young master is still in the middle of his breakthrough. How are we supposed to deal with it? Suddenly, the gates of the medicine garden were smashed open, and an iron bull charges inside. The guards shout, it's an iron bull, a body-tempering third-level beast. Its defense is extremely strong. Who can possibly fight it? The iron bull starts killing the guards one by one. Just then, an arrow flies toward the beast, knocking it to the ground. The arrow was shot by Hua Chen. Everyone shouts in relief, Hua Chen is amazing. She saved all of us. But the iron bull quickly stands back up and resumes its attack. Nearby, Yulong watches everything and says coldly, our plan succeeded. None of them will survive. The medicine garden will be destroyed, and so will their young master. Yun Qi adds, die a good death, Qin Feng. That way I'll receive a great reward. The iron bull charges toward Hua Chen again. She fires more arrows, but they have no effect. Hua Chen grips her spear tightly and says, the young master is behind me. I can't let this evil beast pass. Even if I die here, it doesn't matter. She attacks the iron bull, forcing it to stop, but her arm is severely injured. Yulong says smugly, the iron bull is about to reach Qin Feng. That bastard will die right before our eyes. Just as the iron bull is about to kill Hua Chen, Qin Feng suddenly appears, saving her. Qin Feng shouts angrily, how dare you touch my people? I'll definitely kill you. He then tells Hua Chen, stay here. I'll go kill that beast. Hua Chen says anxiously, Master, how will you kill it? That beast is at body tempering 3rd level, while you're only at blood refinement 7th level. You're no match for it. Qin Feng replies confidently, don't worry. I'm not dying here. I can kill that bull easily. Yulong sneers. Shen Qi isn't here today. He went to buy weapons with the guards. That's why I sent the iron bull here. If Shen Qi were here, he would have protected his master. But now no one can save him. The iron bull charges straight at Qin Feng. The guards shout, Master, please step back. You'll be killed. Qin Feng calmly replies, why are you panicking? I told you, I can kill it. He slashes the iron bull, injuring it badly. Everyone was shocked. Yulong exclaims, how did he cut the iron bull's armor? The guards shout in disbelief. The young master injured a body-tempering beast. Qin Feng explains, normally, martial arts can only be practiced after reaching the body-tempering level. But my case is different. I possess countless techniques from my past life, techniques I couldn't use before because my cultivation base was destroyed. Now that I've broken through that barrier, cultivation levels mean nothing to me. With my knowledge alone, I can kill even high-level beasts. He throws his dagger at the iron bull and charges forward. I'll use my movement technique, moonwalk, Qin Feng says. With it, my steps make no sound and my agility and speed increase dramatically. The guards shout in panic, Master, don't do this. If you get close, it will kill you. As Qin Feng approaches, the iron bull launches a devastating attack, shattering the ground. Yulong laughs. That bastard is dead. But suddenly, Qin Feng appears in the air and says, Moonwalk is a dangerous technique. It not only increases speed and agility, but also allows you to analyze your opponent, predicting their moves and identifying their weak points. Qin Feng continues, Now I'll use my transformation art to concentrate all my energy into a single punch. He unleashes a terrifying attack. Everyone was stunned by its power. Yulong mutters in shock, That power is even greater than the Iron Bull's. Is he really human or a monster? The guards shout excitedly, Our young master killed a body-tempering beast. Hua Chen says proudly, Our young master is truly extraordinary. Qin Feng looks at everyone and asks, Now that you've seen my power, who here still doesn't want to train under me? All the guards shout together, Master, please train us. We want to train under you. Qin Feng nods and says, Fine, training will begin tomorrow. What happens next will be revealed in the next episode. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.